merely abusive. Oh, gosh. Yeah, I'm probably. Welcome to the Boss Hog of Liberty podcast. This is the evergreen number 3 episode of East Central Indiana's favorite podcast. I'm Jeremiah Morrill. Today, I'm joined by my forever co-host, Dakota Davis, and maybe at some point before the episode's over, we'll have interim producer, assistant to the regional producer, Mason Rottinghouse.
Today's episode features just the two of us and possibly Mason. We're going to be doling out our unsolicited life hacks that, well, you guys didn't ask for them, but we think that they're pretty valuable. You don't start a podcast without thinking that you know more than what other people know. So
you're in your car, you're trapped. Let us tell you how to run your life.
Yes, exactly. So we will be talking about some things that we've learned along the way. I've learned a lot in like the past 8 months about women's health that I didn't know about. So we might talk a little bit about that as well. So make sure you stick around to the end of the episode.
This show is about our lives in rural Indiana. We're here to push your boundaries and make you think as individuals. Sometimes we'll provoke you. Other times we'll make you laugh. But hopefully you'll always learn something new. Oh, shoot. Women's health. That was not what I expected we were going to do. This is what happens when you get real serious. You think as individuals, but now you're starting to think about others.
That's right.
How dare you?
Yeah, we have some folks to thank over on patreon.com/BossHogOfLiberty. Those are the folks that help pay the bills around the studio. We recently got a Nest thermostat, and I'm going to keep bragging on that because it's really awesome. It's going to help save us a lot of money with our heating costs and air conditioning costs at the studio.
It's amazing you can remotely turn the. This is not a paid endorsement, paid ad. I've been a Nest user for like 7 years now, but going all the way back to one of their first generation thermostats. But I can be on my phone and at noon click that thing on and it's up to temperature and it's right now when we come to the studio, and it doesn't. I could wear a wife beater in here and be okay. It's not like David Letterman's studio anymore.
No, it's not. It and we wouldn't have been able to get it if it weren't for the people over at Patreon. So we want to thank every single person that chips in at any level all the time. Of course, if you sign up, then you get the bonus episode content that we do with our guests or sometimes just hosts, but it's a 20-minute bonus episode that is exclusive to those folks. You also get access to show notes, the week of the show, and some other goodies as well. And if you donate at $50 or more a month, then we give you a shout out at the front of every episode. Those folks are Craig DaCosta, Jonathan Phillips, Christy Avery, and of course, our good friend at the Newcastle Career Center, Chris Lamb. We also have the T-Chip stores, tchip.com/BHOL 1, 2, or 3. That is where you can get your premium merchandise that advertises our show. And of course, just tell your friends.
The cool thing about that t-shirt store is the customization. You can have all the logos you want in any color you want.
Yes.
So if you want it in black, I like mine. I like my shirts black and yellow. I think that's that's the way I picture our logo going. But if you want to have it on white, you can have it on white.
I get the gray because of the dogs.
Yeah, you think the dogs are
the hair.
They just recognize you better all in gray.
Yeah. I just the dog hair on black clothing, it's just not worth it. There's just so much hair. Whenever you have two giant dogs running around your house that shed constantly.
I know the story. I empathize very much.
Yeah,
I've got a white dog and a not white dog and a all color dog.
This time of the year is even worse.
Yes,
it's so bad.
Check local listings on what time of the year this is. However, being evergreen, it may be March, it may be June. We don't know. But how about that weather, huh?
Yeah, it's been interesting.
Yeah,
it finally warmed up.
It goes up and down, and sometimes it rains, and sometimes it snows, and
we have no idea.
And then it's cloudy. It's just that damn weather, man. It's always moving.
Yeah.
Wait 5 minutes, it'll change. All right,
that's the story anyway.
Enough of that. So I wanted to talk about different things we've learned. Like, this is a somewhat open-ended sharing episode, and things that you're using to make life easier. We were talking before we turned the mics on Dakota's been all about fitness here the last few months, and you've been monitoring yourself now. You don't have to go down to the CVS and shove your arm through the blood pressure machine. You just carry one with you all the time.
Yep.
And it pulls real data. I used to wear one of the smartwatches, and it was great because it would tell me, oh, yeah, you've worked out enough today, or you've gotten 65 minutes of hard activity, or whatever it is. And that was nice. The downfall of it for me, and the reason I stopped wearing it, is the thing would die at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. The battery life was terrible.
Oh, yeah.
And then half the screen went out. But you're using a Fitbit now or an Apple Watch? What's your
mine's
go-to?
a Fossil. So
Fossil.
yeah, mine's the Fossil, and that was created. That Fossil created their smartwatches in collaboration with Google. So if you have a primarily Google-based platform on your smartphone,
Android of some sort,
then it works better. But I got it because I had the Google Pixel, so I had the Google phone and then a smartphone that was also developed by Google, and they ran really well together. And it runs really well with any Android phone. Battery life, it lasts forever. I can't wear it for work, so it's like,
You're not allowed to wear it?
No, not allowed to wear jewelry of any kind. So I have to take it off during the day, but except for on the weekends.
Do you have to wear a pocket watch? Is a pocket watch allowed, going back to 1880s protocol at that place?
I carry a clipboard most of the time, and I have a digital watch face that's Velcroed to the top part of my clipboard.
So you have a clue.
Yeah. And then, everyone's always got their phone in their pocket, but sometimes I'm really bad about leaving my phone in my vehicles. I just don't take them out. Yeah, I don't know why I'm like that.
You feel pretty connected. Although I have the same problem where I can't find my work phone, and it's sitting on the seat next to me.
Especially bad. My work phone's really bad. I never take that out of my work vehicle. It just kind of just stays in there on the dash mount. Whenever I'm driving, so I've told Chris Guffey this, and this is kind of I guess going into a life hack with the phone. I have my Samsung Note 10 Plus, whatever all the different jargon is. It has wireless charging, so they also make phone mounts that are wireless chargers, and there's one that opens and closes based on like the proximity of your phone or your hand getting towards it, which is really nice. So it's all just automated.
So it opens up an arm and grabs a hold of the phone for you.
It's just two little slides, and then
yes,
it goes out.
Using your hands is good for a podcast.
It goes in and grabs onto the phone, and that is great. But I just keep it on because I'm listening to podcasts, or I'm streaming music through my truck's Bluetooth.
So you stream through Bluetooth, and then it connects, and then it's automatically powered, so you don't have to plug anything in at all, but you've always got power to your phone.
Yeah.
So you can go indefinitely.
Yes. And it will, so then I keep my, the chats will usually stay open. So it's like, Chris is like, you are always reading messages, but you're never responding. And I'm like, well, I'm not actually reading them.
Actually sitting there. It's just, they're just running.
Looks like I'm reading them because it pops down.
I think that's just something you say so you don't have to reply. That's your strategy of, I didn't actually read that.
Whenever I go without replying in chats for an extended period of time, I just mute them. I'm like, I don't even know why I get notifications for this anymore. I've muted the vast majority of chats I'm in, with the exception of ones that related to this show.
Yeah, the things that require action from you immediately, right?
Yeah, so that is it. But yeah, I'm in a ton of group chats. For some reason, my grandparents added me in this Facebook chat, and it's just them sharing these really stupid videos with them and their friends.
Yeah, the people that used to send you emails with all the links of junk they want you to look at.
Yeah, it's the same concept.
Now they've just started creating the group chats and sending them to you, and then it's rude if you try to leave it, right?
Exactly.
So then you mute it and leave them on unread.
Yeah, I'm like, I would leave it, but I would feel bad because it gives everyone in the chat a notification. So then all of my aunts and uncles and my grandparents would see Dakota Davis left the group, and it's like, that's kind of a jerk move because they're sharing like these inspirational messages or whatever or videos that or like what to say to yourself when you're feeling down and like all this stuff, and it's like it'd be really rude to leave that. I feel so I stay in it, but it's muted, and I don't get any notifications.
It's not just people telling you to vaccinate or not vaccinate your kids or how you should live your life. It's just
occasionally in some of the chats I'm in, someone will tag me, and I'll get the notification. I'm like, and the group picture has changed.
Yeah,
so
you don't even know what it is, or the name has changed.
What is this?
Like, now I've got research. I got to spend 10 minutes trying to figure out what the hell this used to be.
Yeah, well, and that's part of the problem is that usually there's been chat going on since the last time I was tagged. So I'm like scrolling through, like, and then it's like, this is why it's muted.
I want out. If you need me, call me.
Yes.
Well, you're talking about the car thing, and Sarah and I have developed a universal platform in our vehicles of none of us have wireless charging, but we have a phone case, and then you put a little magnet in or a little piece of metal inside of the phone case. I think it's by TechMat on Amazon. It's like $10 for the starter kit, and then you've got the little magnetic thing on your vent, or you can have it on your windshield, mounted on your windshield, or there's some that can actually go on your dash. So if you got a horizontal surface, then it'll come up. And then you just stick your phone straight on. So I can get in Sarah's car, she can get in my car, multiple work phones, whatever, and then you can stick them up there, which is going to be important because the state of Indiana is on the express train to July 1st of this year, no longer being able to hold your phone for anything.
Which, you are in the same boat as I am with that, and I just thought about it after Tom's episode was you have 2 phones, I have 2 phones. So, but my truck's Bluetooth will only connect to 1 phone.
So on my 2019 Terrain that I bought from the amazing Andy Moore GMC and John Phillips, I can actually have Bluetooth for 2 devices connected. So I have the audio. The audio works. For both.
I can on the Buick and I can in my personal truck.
Yeah, but not on the work truck.
The work truck, no.
Yeah, when I had the 2015 Fusion, the old company Fusion. Same problem. I had to pick one or the other, and then you could prioritize the phone and say I want phone 1 or phone 2 to connect automatically. So then I would have to manage it and be like, okay, well after this time I can turn the Bluetooth off and let them connect in their order I want.
Right. And see, it was I just got a work phone recently. I've always had the option, and I just decided to get one because I was like, I'm listening to music on my personal phone through my truck's Bluetooth, and it gets annoying if someone from work calls me. And I might be out doing something, and then I have to disconnect it from my truck's Bluetooth and reconnect it later. So it's like, it'll be nice to have one that's not constantly connected to something that I can just talk on.
I think what's going to happen now that we have these hands-free tools is you're going to see everybody start to replace their radios, their older radios. You're going to see people have to go to Crutchfield.com and buy a replacement GPS unit, or not GPS, right? It's not really GPS, but something that has Android Auto or CarPlay.
Ones. Yeah, you can find cheap ones that will connect to your phone, the ones that aren't very expensive. If you go for a console piece entertainment system that is up to par with the things that are being put in current models of vehicles, then it gets very expensive and it gets difficult because I've done this.
You did this in both vehicles last year, didn't you? Or 1 or 2 vehicles?
No, I just did it in one. And then we got the Buick, so I returned the other one.
Oh, that's what happened. I remembered. I was like, I thought you both got it, but that would make sense.
Yeah, and so I put a brand new entertainment system in my truck, my 2012 Ram, and it's very nice.
Before you sold it to Mason.
Yeah. He never got back with me on that little scoundrel. He agreed. He said I'll do that. We agreed on a price, and then I never heard anything. I told him he could come out and look at it, and I never heard anything back. I'll have to give him hell about that. But anyway, it took a lot of modification inside of the dash. And you got to watch Crutchfield. Life hack number 2 for me. Yeah. You have to watch Crutchfield because they will say only light modification. But to them, that could mean you're taking an angle grinder to cut something inside of your dash.
Doing some in-dash modifications.
Yeah. Mine, there was a bar, and you can pay extra from Crutchfield for customized instructions. And a worker there will look at the setup for your dash on your current
and
vehicle,
give you exactly what you need to install it into
step
your
by
vehicle.
step. And sure enough, there was a thing, as instruction with mine that said cut stabilizing bar inside of the dash compartment. And I was like, are you freaking kidding me? I have to cut a bar inside of the dash, and there's all these wires going around for everything else, and it was incredibly nerve-wracking.
I used you've heard him on this show, Jesse Riddle. I used my old friend Jesse Riddle and Crutchfield to put a new radio in, a Bluetooth radio, big double DIN Pioneer deal, into Pioneer or Kenwood, into my old GMC truck before I bought the Tahoe. And instead of, I didn't have Chris Guffey in my life yet, so I used an incredible amount of electrical twisters,
Wire nuts?
Wire nuts, yeah.
Yeah.
So just a crap ton of red wire nuts in that. There's probably 15 connections with red wire nuts in the back of that thing, with all the connections you had to make. But it worked, and it was flawless.
Yeah.
So it can be done, but I think you're going to see lots of people having to update those, because now you can't hold your phone, and it's your GPS, and there's a lot of factors to it.
Yeah.
I mean, I run 2 phones all the time, and one of them's usually got music, and one's usually got a GPS.
Yeah.
And that's just kind of the way it goes. And that's all going to be permissible. You just can't be touching the thing, right? So you can, or it's, I don't know, it's going to be weird. Like, I think the law is going to be set up so that if it's physically mounted somewhere, you can still interact with it, I'm assuming, just like you're touching the knobs on your radio. If it's mounted somewhere, or you're not holding it in your hand.
Other states that have implemented the same legislation, the wording typically is
handheld.
It says one touch or something like that. You can touch your phone once if you're answering a call or skipping a song or doing something. You can touch it one time. If you're performing an action that takes more than the one tap, is when it's illegal.
That's going to be very difficult to convict or process, to deal with too.
Yeah,
okay, life hack. I think if you have it mounted somewhere, you'll have a little plausible deniability on this thing.
You can just say, I touched it one time.
Yeah.
In a sequence. That
I touched it one time,
and then
I touched it again,
times.
and then another call came in, then the call was dropped, then I called in.
Yep.
I broke no laws.
One tap.
Prove it wrong. Prove me wrong.
Well, can we look at your phone to see that? Hell no, you can't.
Get a warrant. Yeah. I don't know, Mason. What's your activities inside of the car? Do you have is your current vehicle set up for this hands-free cell phone life?
No.
Well, if you didn't back out of our deal, then you would have a truck that did have that capability.
There it goes. Okay. Well, I'm still in the what is this? I'm in the market. I'm still in the market, and I haven't narrowed down my search, so it's still a possibility.
So you're playing games with me.
So you're ghosting him.
I wanted to see what kind of figure I could get.
Well, then you just say that. You don't agree to a price.
Well, we've already set a price, so that's what you're getting if I get it. But
now it's a binary. If I'm buying it, it's for this number.
I'm
of course, that was in that condition at that age and that mileage.
And you drove.
Hey, I don't drive it.
You drove the Buick the one day I'm with you. So,
it's hooked up to a trailer right now.
My car, I'm pretty set up. I got a nice little stand, cup phone, hold my phone, and I mean, I don't ever. If I'm just gonna use my phone, I'm just gonna use my phone. But now
do you feel like you need to have CarPlay? Like,
yeah, I really enjoy, like, when I'm with you and the GMC, you have CarPlay, and how Chris has CarPlay. I really am interested in finding that, and whatever truck I do get, if it doesn't have it, I will replace the radio to have CarPlay. Because they're not going to bite your ass for messing with the radio, but you can do everything through your phone through that.
I have a truck that has Apple CarPlay ready. It also has its own independent navigation system. so you don't even have to hook your phone up
let
to
me take the 2-block trip here soon to come check it out,
it.
and I will let you know.
I literally just a few months ago did the 100,000-mile service, the coolant flush, everything.
Did they tell you it
even the
looks
transmission
spectacular?
fluid?
You did you do your
As
own
long
transmission
as-
fluid
No, I took it to the dealership.
to the dealer?
Yeah,
What's wrong with you?
Where did you buy it?
because I was there was an issue. I was having an issue, and it wound up being some wiring problem. And
Squirrels again?
I had a warranty. No,
So it's fixed.
different. Yeah, so I paid to have it fixed, and while they did it, he said, "You're getting close to 100,000 miles," and I was very frustrated that I had to take it in to begin with. So I said, "Just do it."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the guy upselling you. It was his
Yeah.
chance to go,
Mhm.
oh, I can get him for all of this stuff.
Yeah. So I did, and it was not cheap. They did a lot, but they did do a lot of things. So at least I feel better knowing that there was a lot of work that went into it for the money I paid. And then I got brand new tires, Mason.
Brand new
There's
tires.
Brand new tires. And so I think that the only thing that you would need to do on that truck is it probably will need brakes.
Oh, well, that's easy.
I would like to come.
But if you
and
bought it,
look at this
if
truck
you
because I'm
bought it,
very interested.
then I would teach you how to install brake pads.
I know how to do that.
Oh, okay.
Pads,
I thought it was gonna make-
rotors, what are we going to do?
Pads.
Just pads?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't think
I've witnessed it. I
it's
think I
not-
can do it myself.
And your adopted grandpa. I mean,
Yeah, and my adopted
Kevin can
grandpa.
probably do your brake pads
I would probably just watch him
between
do it.
bets.
The brakes are.
The hardest
shape
part's
it
like
needs
pushing
rotors.
that little piston thing down, right? When you're putting it back on the rotor,
The caliper.
the caliper.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah, that's like the
little
biggest
piston thing.
that little squeezing thing. Yeah,
Hmm.
put a nice little clamp in it.
But I always change the oil myself too, and whenever I change the oil, and even if I'm not at the mileage, I do it every 3 months. And
So this is what I wanted to get into.
It's
was some
well
of-
maintained.
Some of the vehicle maintenance stuff.
I
So
always drop a bottle of Seafoam in it
You're changing the oil every 3,000 miles, no matter what. You're not
every 3 months.
You're every 3 months. You
Yeah.
don't care how many miles it's gone.
No,
Why?
that's just what my dad always did, so I carried that over.
So every 3 months. So 4 times a year, you're changing the oil in that truck.
Yeah.
What's it cost you for the oil? Do you know?
No, because I buy mine and Audrey's at the same time, and hers is much more expensive than mine.
Hers is
with-
full synthetic in that vehicle.
It's full synthetic.
It's like zero.
Dexus approved.
Yeah, 020 or something.
Yeah, I think it's
Or 010. Sarah's car is also a
it's 20.
synthetic 020. It's horrifically crazy.
Yeah, it's very expensive.
My car is also synthetic, so oil could go down.
It is incredibly expensive to change the oil in both of those vehicles at a time, but it's not. It's way less expensive than if I was taking it somewhere, and it doesn't take long. It doesn't take long at all to do it.
So yeah, this is where I've kind of in the last few weeks I relied on two things on the Tahoe in the past, and it doesn't get driven every day. It's my weekend and evening vehicle, right? I drive it to the studio, I'll drive it around town, but it doesn't get used every single day. And then sometimes it gets heavier use with our camper. And GM says every 5,000 miles. That's GM's deal with it. And then they also have their oil life monitor, and those are not always completely accurate. So I had some issues with mine where the oil was actually lower than it should be, and I think it was a little strange. So it needed to be changed before I changed it this time. And it's just been it's one of those things where you don't check. So I was curious about the fluids and if you're actually checking the fluids in your vehicles. You said you had your radiator flushed and all of that stuff done. So
yeah.
But there's like 6 different fluids. I don't know if you've noticed that, but you got like 6 fluids
I know.
to check. It's a lot of like maintenance, and I don't know if anybody actually pays attention to it.
It's more than I knew before I paid to have it all done.
Yeah, because you've got automatic transmission fluid.
Mm-hmm.
You've got engine oil. So everybody
Yeah.
says, "Oh yeah, change your oil." You've got washer fluid.
Yeah.
You've got
brake
brake fluid.
fluid.
You have power steering fluid,
Mm-hmm.
and then you have your coolant.
Yep.
So I checked on the Tahoe. Once I had this oil problem, I'm like, all right, well, we're going to go through the rest of this stuff too. And I did. My coolant was a little bit low. Magically, I don't know where it went to, but it was slightly low. So I went down and got a $19 bottle of coolant and bought a gallon of it and probably put 40% of that in. And then, it's crazy the amount of things that you can actually check and maintain and be concerned about. And then, so I had my issue taken care of, driving back home, and then the tire pressure system goes off. Like, what the hell's wrong with this now? And are you familiar with those? Every car built since 2008 has to have a tire pressure monitor system.
Yeah.
So those have batteries. They're going to die infinitely. They're always going to die.
Huh.
And if you go to the local place, they're going to charge you $80 for one tire.
80?
$80.
Is it because they have to take the
They
tire
have to
off?
dismount it, and they have to take the thing off the wheel, and they have to put it back on. So they're going to charge you $80.
Wow.
So 80 times 4, that's not even buying you tires. That's just replacing the stupid monitor that you're supposed to have.
That's insane.
So I looked online, and it's like $36 to buy 4 of them yourself. But you got to go talk to somebody and get them to say, yeah, I'll change them all out for $30 or something, just to do the labor on it. But I've got one. I was going to have them replace it, and then they went to do it last Sunday, and it was, actually it's working again. So it's intermittent. So your battery's dying, but it's not dead. I'm like, oh my God, great. So I said, never mind. Don't worry about it. I'll just wait, and then I'll probably end up buying 4 of them online and just paying somebody to replace them all.
Yeah.
Because if that's a 14-year-old vehicle, I don't know if they've been replaced or not, but at some point they're all going to have to get replaced. And if you go in there and spend $80, and then you're like, it was the left front, then I had my tire rotated, now it's on the right rear, but I don't remember that. You're going to stand up. All of a sudden, you're going to replace the wrong one, not know, and it's going to be a mess.
Yeah. So that's another thing I do myself is rotating the tires.
Do you do?
Yeah.
So you have jack stands. What do you do?
Yeah.
You put it up on 4 different jack stands and take them off and turn them around?
You can do it with a jack and one jack stand at a time. There's a specific pattern.
Do you cross at
You
all,
have to
or do
go
you
in-
go back to front to back, and that's it?
No, you're supposed to cross the front, cross them going towards the rear, and then bring the rear to the front
Correct.
straight.
Yeah. It depends if it's
On
front-wheel
on
drive or
front-wheel
rear-wheel drive vehicle.
vehicle.
Yeah. There's different patterns depending upon what drives you have.
I also have a torque wrench, so it's.
I was going to say, so are you taking them all off by hand, and then you're using the torque wrench to put them back on, or what are you doing?
So I use the impact driver to take them off.
To take them off and to get
and then-
partially on.
Yeah, and then partially on, and then go back through the torque wrench and stick them down. It's also a good time to, wipe down the inside of your wheel wells, wash it with degreaser, and wash the inside of your rims, degreaser, and then check out the brake pads and the rotors.
And this is why you're telling Mason that he's going to need brake pads on his new truck.
Yes, because
the last time he rotated the tires, he said that's going to have to happen.
Well, that has to happen, and one of them is really bad. You might need to change the rotor on one of them.
Uh-oh. The value of this truck keeps going down.
It's what happens.
We're down to like that.
$13.75.
We're down to like $7,500 now.
Yeah,
If only.
But
I'd
Mason,
really hop on
here's
it
the
then.
thing about buying it for me, though, is that I will help you with it, and it would make great content for this show.
Every time.
Whenever needed.
Whenever
Yeah.
anything goes wrong.
Can we shake on that? And then
I would shake on that. I
Okay.
really like my truck. I don't necessarily.
That kind of pushed me a little towards it.
I don't necessarily want to give it.
I mean, do you take
get
trades?
rid of it?
Do you take
because
trades? Because he's got a Ford he could throw in, and you could still have a little beater with a
It's
heater.
really.
Is the
It's
Ford-
really.
Is the Ford paid off?
Yes, it's a rebuilt title. It's just you can drive the fuck out of it. Just
Well, I hope it's after 8 o'clock somewhere.
Yeah. Are you gonna just give it to me, or do I need to pay you like how much would you take? For
I mean,
the
it's a
Ford?
trade. This is a
No, we're
no, not
trading
an
straight
even
up.
trade, not an even trade. But if it
Well, it's not a straight up. It's you're gonna give him a $2,800 allowance off the number you guys agreed to.
Mhm.
So he's
and I
gonna owe
throw
you that.
in.
I don't
It's
know.
it's in good condition.
Whenever Audrey and I were talking
For
about
being a
it,
salvaged car, it's in great condition.
Yeah, it really is.
whenever I was telling Audrey that you were interested in the truck, that she said, "Well, what would you drive?" And I said, "I'd just go as long as possible with one vehicle."
Yeah.
I
You
I
would save
drive
car
my-
insurance.
drive my work truck home every day.
Yeah.
And then anytime that we do anything outside of home, usually we're together.
I'm about 100% positive I could go to the bank and get that loan.
You better hurry so that it doesn't surpass the 100,000-mile mark. That might make it a tougher sell for him.
Oh, he's creating urgency.
You
Do
said
see how he
30 miles from 100,000 miles.
Yes.
What is it at now? 7?
No, I literally have not driven it since I told you that.
That was like, what, 4 days ago?
Yes.
Still sitting. You have to have a really short test drive, or else it's not going to be financeable. That's what he's trying to say.
29 miles.
Did you ever watch Ferris Bueller's Day Off, Mason?
Yes.
So if you drive it 32 miles, you're going to have to run it in reverse 2 miles to take that off the clock.
I don't think it works
just
on
like
digital
Cameron tried to
No,
do.
Matilda, where he just puts the torque wrench on there and runs the odometer back. You know what I'm talking
No,
about?
I never
have no
understand your movie references.
You never watched Matilda?
What the hell is Matilda?
No, I have not.
I have literally no idea. God,
You talk about whatever. I'm finding it.
This Gen Z.
I've replaced the headlights and the taillights, the third brake light. I've tinted the
That's
windows.
called the Dole light.
I tinted the windows myself. I put new running boards on, and I even added hardware and secured them to the frame of the truck
Do you have pictures
because
of
I
the
wanted
interior?
them to last long.
Do you have interior pictures?
No, but that was my next project, Mason, and you might be taking this away from me.
Oh,
But
so
if you buy it, then
You can still do the work.
then I will still get a chance to do it and see it done.
What do you want to do?
I want to swap out because right now it still has the bucket seat configuration with the third, with the fold up middle seat.
What
in
year
the
is
front
it?
row.
What year is this truck?
2012. He said this earlier. You're not paying attention.
I was not paying attention.
So it's got the fold up middle seat in the front. I would love to have the newer version that's got the stationary console in the center and leather seats. So I've been perusing the pick apart websites.
You
for
go ahead and do
trucks.
that, then I'll buy it.
Oh, it doesn't have leather? I'm not interested.
Well, the one I was looking
I
at
wouldn't
didn't have
replace
leather.
the back seats, I don't think, because
No,
You
why
don't
would I
care
want
about those
leather
anymore.
front seats and
but I would
back
love
seats?
that.
I will say
in
the
a-
Rams have horrific back seats.
Now, is this an aftermarket radio?
Well, they don't.
Okay,
It's a rather expensive aftermarket radio.
you're not gonna rip that out and keep it for yourself and make me find one.
No, because I don't have a vehicle.
No, but what he is going to make you do is put one into the trade.
It is
You
literally
no,
way.
you good luck. Good luck to you replacing that Ford radio because it is built in.
You don't even know what I went through to replace that RAM radio, my friend. That's why it's not coming out. It is. It's way too difficult.
It's got Bluetooth and I'll throw in a cup phone and
a what?
a cup phone.
The WeatherTech Cup
The
phone.
WeatherTech cup phone. That's a
Oh.
$50 value.
That's the other thing that my truck has is it's decked out in WeatherTech front and back.
You got your truck the same time I got the Tahoe.
Yes.
And we were sitting, it happened. I remember the moment I spent so damn much money on all of my WeatherTech stuff because you were involved. You were sitting
I
next to
talked
me.
you into it.
And I pushed the button to buy it while we were doing the chili tasting cook-off down in Louisville.
Yep.
And I bought the floor mats, and I bought the front, the middle, and the rear floor mats, and I got the bug guard, the rain guards.
Yeah.
Which are lovely. Those are phenomenal
Yeah.
on a truck. I don't know how somebody can own a truck and not have rain guards.
True.
They're the best. And mine already had running boards, so I didn't need running boards. Do you have an opinion on bug guard on the bug guards on the grill? Back in the 90s, every truck had a bug guard.
I put one on my Chevy Sonic
Yeah,
because they looked really neat with them.
neat.
And
Unique.
Unique.
Unique. Yes, a Chevy Sonic looked unique. Neat, I don't know. You know, it was
and
just fancier
but I
with that
wouldn't-
84 horsepower motor.
I wouldn't like it on my truck at all.
Yeah,
I wouldn't like it at all.
I don't know. They've
I think it would look silly because it's got a pretty sleek exterior, and I don't really want to mess that up. Which is the other thing that I have been working on is I totally debadged the truck and got the new style badges that were on the 2016 body style.
so now it looks like a Hemi.
It looks
Are
well. It
you
is
lying?
a Hemi. It is a Hemi. I upgraded the numbers and the letters
Now, is
so
this
that it
a
looked
Tradesman and
like
Express?
the more modern body
What
style.
package is this truck?
It's a Lariat Woodsman,
Yeah.
Laredo. Texas edition.
I think it's the Tradesman.
Tradesman pickup.
Yes, 5.5 foot bed, 4-door.
Is it a king cab or the shorter
We
4 to
got-
4 door?
we're-
It's
What are we
the,
talking about here?
Crew
Got
cab.
the Hemi.
Do you have the
Crew cab
VIN
is
number?
larger.
I have
Yeah,
the
give the
Kelly
VIN.
Blue
We
Book
can-
up right
I do not
now.
have
We can
the-
run the reports.
I don't have the VIN number. I already Kelly Blue booked it. That's where the number came from.
No,
It's-
Dakota, it's for your best friend over there.
Buy
You
from a
say,
private.
here's the.
Would you
here's
say
my
it's in
payoff.
excellent condition,
Yeah.
very good?
It's
good?
in very poor condition for this
Yeah.
Or
part of the
fair?
negotiation. It's fair. The tires are cupping.
So it's very good, or would you say excellent?
Well, I put very good, but the more that I think about what
It's
I've
very
done to
good.
it,
You
it is-
cannot change
The
it.
exterior.
We've already came up with a
the
price, so
exterior is
shut
excellent.
up.
Listen, I pay because I park it outside. I pay Brandon.
You cut me
Louder.
$122 off this damn price.
Yeah. No.
Yes, this is what I'm pulling up right now.
Uh-oh.
That's literally no.
Uh-oh.
You've done
Well,
something wrong.
the prices change every day.
The top end of the price that I put in was 17.3.
All right, we're gonna redo this.
So
Yeah, but is it? Why not just give it to him for payoff and move on? Be a
that's
bro.
Practically what I'm doing.
Did you buy it? I bought from a private party.
What did you put a trade-in value?
No, I buy from a private party.
I think the
Okay,
fair thing to do is to take it to CarMax and see what they'll offer you, and then just sell it to him for that.
Mechanical.
That would be content right
We've
there.
got Hemi.
Let's go to CarMax
automatic 6-speed
and
four-wheel
see what the
drive.
offer is, or on TrueCar.com and see what the offer is going to
Let's
be,
go with
and
the
then
interior.
They would offer probably Mason's
Does it got-
first offer.
Does it have keyless start?
No.
Then we'll not check that one.
I-
Exterior, we got we got parking sensors. No. Dual airbags. We got
yeah.
airbags. Daytime running lights.
yeah.
I'll check that for you. Alloy wheels, steel wheels, or premium.
Premium.
We'll go with premium. Running boards.
Yes.
All right.
yeah, because
Packages. We got Rambox Tradesman. We got the Tradesman.
you know what
every
Rambox
color-
is. Rambox is
Yeah.
a little toolbox on the side.
We're gonna go
Right.
gray.
I have the interior Ram boxes though in the tradesman package.
Update. Now we.
Do you put in the premium?
Okay,
sound?
so it went up. It went up $190. So now we're at $15,802.
But you agreed at 13.5.
I think
No,
no.
I wish. I
You
probably
did.
would have
You're-
went at that one.
I will do it for you later because you're doing something wrong.
I'm not doing anything
Either
wrong.
that or the price
So
has
if this price doesn't change, we got us a new price.
deteriorated. Not really because we're still under that price.
Oh, maybe I'll edit the mileage. Here we go. What is? How many miles?
99
99
970.
970.
Close. I
Fucking
think it's
don't.
actually like 67.
Update. Oh, okay. There we're at 16,422.
Now wait.
Now.
Now wait.
Closer.
Now wait. Put in 100 and see how much it changes.
Oh,
Because you might be able to play the waiting game and say, "Sorry, Dakota, it's not
Yeah.
worth that anymore."
You're gonna have to wait like 8 months. though.
After Spiceland Freedom Days, when he drives the parade route 3 or 4 times,
okay, it went down like $50. That's it.
yeah. What did you have it on before?
it was probably the suggested
You-
mileage
Yeah,
for the age.
107
Oh.
was the
Yeah,
suggestion.
it was the expect. So it's lower than expected
Did you put
mileage.
in Newcastle or Spiceland zip code?
Yeah, because
I'm gonna
Moe's will
put
charge
it-
you a
I'm-
totally different price than good ones.
47362 is what I'll put it in.
That is
That
Newcastle.
is the,
Do you want
the
me to
county
use
seat.
Newcastle or do you want me to use
you
Spice?
can use Newcastle.
It probably ups the value, asshole.
No, it's rustier. It's further
I-
north.
I-
Oh,
use-
it actually went down.
Probably because they're more common here.
Okay, so
I used Spiceland whenever I did it.
watch
Because
it go
it-
$4 million.
Let's do something fun. Ready? Give me zip code 33525.
It stayed the same for that zip code.
Give me zip code 33525, and then we're going to close the show out.
Yes.
That's Dade City, Florida. So if it's a Florida truck,
33525.
Yep.
Enter. Update. A truck in Florida. Oh fuck.
jeez.
That went up a lot. Lowest price 18,283.
Yeah. So go sell that thing in Florida. Giddy up.
Dang! Holy cow!
You want me to add the mileage it takes you to get to Florida?
Yeah, you got to add here
Oh
miles
no,
to
this
it.
is the mileage of 33,525.
What are you doing?
I
That
put
learning how to-
miles?
I
he-
didn't put the zip code
he
in.
didn't put the zip
I've been
code in, he
putting
put
in
the
the
mileage.
mileage.
But
99997.
remember whenever I first started talking about selling this truck on the show, and Chris Guffey said to never use Kelley Blue Book?
What is it? 33.
What did he say to use?
33525. Probably either True Car or
Dade City, Florida.
Yep.
It went up $200.
Okay, so it's probably not worth it driving it down there to make that $200.
No, you're
Yeah.
gonna put $200 in gas just to get down there.
Yeah.
What kind of fuel economy does this thing get?
I have no idea.
As long as it's getting over 16, I don't care.
Never driven it a long distance to find out.
It's been as far as Brookville,
Did
Indiana.
you buy this car
Yes.
new in 2012?
No.
He bought it in 2016,
No.
2009, 2017, 18?
18.
And you're already looking to get
No.
rid of it?
17.
17, yeah.
I'm not. I just told you I'm not looking to get rid
You're
of it.
asking to buy it, Mason. This is
So
Life
you're gonna
hack.
tell me I'm gonna go get this loan, say here's the money, and you're gonna be like, I don't
No,
wanna get rid of it.
I would
okay.
do it in a
Life hack.
heartbeat.
Here we go. Ready? If you're buying a vehicle, private party, this is how this is supposed to work. Everybody, pay attention.
Are you going to put what I bought it for on the title?
Yes, you got.
No, I would not do that to you.
You're going to have to do something because there's going to be another document. You need to have a bill of sale. So if you're going to go down to the credit union or the local bank and you're going to have this, he does not have the title. He likely has. We'll assume he has a lien on it. You don't have to reveal
Yes.
that information, Dakota. But
That's
he
true.
likely will have a lien. So to get the title, you will have to go
Get the money.
get the money from your bank or a credit union of some sort with a purchase agreement. So you and Dakota have an agreement that says VIN number whatever I'm going to sell for $14,000 or $18,000.
Yes.
And then you will take that purchase agreement and you'll go to the bank. They will give you a check. You'll give that to Dakota. And then Dakota will then take that check with him
And pay
to
off
his
his
bank
loan.
and pay off the loan. And then they will release the loan and give you your title. And then you have to go take your title to
That bank.
you have to go take it to the BMV, and it's going to have the
They will
you're
give me
going to have your lien, and you'll never get the title. It'll go to your bank at that point.
right, but
And then once I pay it off, I'll get the
Then
title.
you'll get the title in the mail.
Yes.
And then life hack number 42, when that title comes in the mail, take the 10 minutes and go to the BMV and get the lien release done so that you don't lose the title. And then 4 years later, when you want to sell the damn vehicle, you got to go back to the bank again and get the lien released again. Because that's a huge pain.
I didn't know that part.
Yes.
So
And then go
this-
stick it in your safe deposit box or your safe or wherever you keep your titles
So
and don't
this
lose it.
this purchase agreement, how does that come about? Do I just have to have it in writing that
Yeah, it's basically you just come up with it yourself. We don't have to get Sean Rao involved.
I mean,
to
we
make it
should.
happen.
I think it would be appropriate to have 3 or 4 hours of legal fees. You just have to have something that describes the vehicle. You could do it on a napkin if you wanted to, but you got the VIN number, the model, the purchase price, the mileage, and basically some sort of a document to give to the bank along with your loan application.
Yeah.
And then it'll all happen.
Legit though, if you buy it, I will definitely keep looking for leather seats because I just really want to see that truck with the leather seats and the updated console.
Producer Guffey has been
Because I really think it would look awesome.
Producer Guffey's been a big, massive tease the last couple of weeks about getting a new truck, and I've been at the same time I've been watching YouTube videos on some project trucks, and like a 2005 series Chevy half ton. It's anywhere between $2,000 and $6,000, and
Yeah.
there are some people that have, it's a 20-year-old vehicle now. So Mark Brim's all about the square bodies, and I've been looking at these, and if you find one that's not completely rusted to death, they're kind of fun. It can be
Rusted to death and has 350,000 miles on it.
Yeah. Well, the motors are solid. Transmission's not so much, but the motor's pretty solid. But there was some guy that had a Chevy Avalanche, which is the kind of the weird camper conversion
I
type.
really like the Avalanche.
And there was somebody that was basically has a YouTube channel, and I think there's 4 episodes of it out now, maybe 4 or 5. And the thing had the brakes were completely rusted, gone. It would barely start. It had all of these problems with it. And then he was basically going to the pick apart, and he had the brakes, like I said, the brake lines were gone, the brake rotors were gone. And you go through and just watch these videos, and they were long and elaborate. I think he's in New Jersey or Delaware, somewhere. New Jersey, Delaware, Pennsylvania. They all come together right there, but it's all rust belt. And the car had actually been in Utica, New York. So
Oh.
it was the frame is
Totally
just
gone.
every bolt. Every time the guy tried to do something, 4 more things would break on it.
That is that's a big thing, especially in this area, and especially on Mopar
Yeah,
vehicles.
big rust.
Yeah. So one big thing that you can do is like whenever you start noticing the surface rust, scuff that off and then put some rust converter on it, and it will change it. I forget how it works. It works on the chemistry of the oxidized iron. So it basically breaks those apart and changes it into a totally different structure.
So now what happens to your paint?
So
Now you have to respray it?
well, I'm talking about like frame.
Oh, okay.
Like
All
your
right.
frame rust.
We're not talking about the
No.
the body rust that you get on your Ram over the wheel wells.
Yeah, your body rust, if you're getting in over the wheel wells, then you just buy some fender flares and bigger tires.
Which is what every other dude has done. All right. Well, those are our life hacks. Are there any more that we needed to get in that we forgot about? You got
I
your
don't think
app.
so.
We talked about the inside the car stuff. We talked about the importance of changing your fluids, how to buy a car, how to get your lean release. We covered a lot of ground. Mason, you got anything else you need to teach anybody?
No.
Nope.
No, I don't.
All right. Well, that is another evergreen episode of the Boss Heart of Liberty in the can. We appreciate your support very much, and we will see you all next week.